This week, we're going to have David Rivers on today's edition of No Cap, Initiating Action.
Hello, my name is David Rivers, here from hometown Little Rock, Arkansas. And some of the things that I'm ambitious about is, really acting on everything that you believe in. Some of the things that I believe in. I met a guy named Terence Bronson's Ambition, and he's helping me on my journey to attack everything that I thought of and haven't thought of, and just moving forward. And I'm enjoying it so far.
So today we have David Rivers here with BRONSON'S Ambitions on the No Cap series, Volume 1, Episode 3. So Mr. Rivers, I'm happy for you that you came out. A busy schedule and come on the show and the podcast or webinar or whatever you want to call it, and express your relationship with BRONSON'S Ambitions for us today.
Well, thank you, man. I'm excited to do this. I'm excited to be a part of this, and this is a journey. This is a journey, and it's a journey that honestly wouldn't have got started if I didn't meet you. So, man, I'm excited.
Explain to us, I guess. I know that we run into one another off and on the golf course, out in society, and it was just crazy that I kept running into you, and I really didn't realize what was coming, to happen.
Right.
And so how did, what exactly occurred, and for yourself, and how was BRONSON'S Ambitions able to help you move forward?
So, of course, I run and go, a few years back where we didn't know anything about each other, but at the time, at the golf course, I was, at that time, I was actually playing ball overseas. And during the summer, I come home, work at the golf course, and you always come in, really good energy, sparking conversation. Had nothing to do with golf, but, just always, you just know good people when you see good people. And of course, time went by, nothing about that. And, of course, our children go to the same daycare. And, we ran across each other then. Kind of went across some ideas. I told you what I was doing. I was involved in real estate, and I'm back home teaching. And you told me everything that you was doing, and even then it was just like, okay, well, let's connect. Let's connect. But time went by, and we ended up running into each other again. And I told you, hey man, I'm trying to get into trucking.
Right.
How should I start? And ever since that day, it's just been smooth sailing. After that.
Right. So of course, Mr. Rivers wanted to get into trucking, and I have a little expertise in the trucking industry, and I always want to help other individuals catapult their relationship, their goals and ambitions to move forward in life. And so what I was able to do is get Mr. Rivers into operation in the logistics business, and explain what I actually did, or what BRONSON'S Ambitions did for you to go forward and get started with the trucking industry at the time.
So at the time, I was just had my CDL, and of course when you just get that, majority of the jobs and opportunities is going to require 6 months experience, 12 months experience, so it's very hard to get started in that field, even though it's a high demand for drivers. But talk with Terence, and he led me in the right direction. He said, I know exactly who you need to talk to, and he said that, but you hear that a lot from people when they tell you they're gonna help you. But he called me that same day, that evening, and the next day I was filling out an application, and the next week I had a job, and so we went from there.
And so how did the BRONSON'S Ambitions program not only did they get you a sense of employment to take care of your family, your needs and your desires, what it needs to be, how did they actually go over and beyond to help you through the transition? Of course, the trucking industry, you don't have any experience. You're going to different states, you're delivering different freight. How did Bronson's Ambitions go out of the way and to make sure that you were successful to move forward?
I mean, a lot of different ways, to be honest. I mean, I got out there my first week. I had to go to New York, and I called them, and I was just honest with them. I was like, man, I don't know about this trip. I always hear the horror stories from drivers. Don't take me to New York and all of this. And he didn't think twice about it. And he said, well, I'm gonna get out there with you, and I'm gonna show you the ropes. I'm gonna show you what I know, and if what we don't know, we're gonna find out. And I just kind of knew that this situation was different, but also this person was different. I haven't ran across these type of situations before, and without that, I couldn't imagine where
going
where
forward.
I'd be.
Right now, you're at a point. What is your goal? How's Bronson's Ambitions cornered your situation, and how do you want to move forward? Do you have a program or something that you want to give back to the community, and how has Bronson's Ambitions giving you the drive and the desire to move forward to help the next individual, next man, next woman in our society?
Well, that drive is definitely something that I was needed. Even with the trucking, how you told me don't worry about it. You're gonna figure it out. And just thinking about that, going head first is it's easier said than done. But when you think about it, it simplifies everything. But what I'm trying to do now with my program is basically get back to the community, get their CDL, to provide an experience that you had gave to me, but for a fraction of the price that they have to pay from the traditional CDL schools.
Well, that's awesome. We definitely want to push Mr. Rivers' program going forward, and we want to welcome and thank you all for tuning in for the third episode of No Cap. And we're going to hope that Mr. Rivers is successful going forward. And you have anything else to say about Bronson's Ambitions, going head first and initiating action?
It's all about action. I call myself a thinker. I got a whole book of ideas, but before I met Bronson, I just didn't take any action on those ideas, and it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's nothing to feel guilty about, but I'm glad I did take that action to have that conversation with him, to have that phone call, and now I already have clients. Now I already see how big of a demand my actual idea was, and it's coming into fruition. And it's bigger than us. It's as big as the community, and I think it's going to provide a solution to our community that hasn't been met yet. So I'm excited about going ahead first.
Well, Mr. Rivers, again, we thank you for coming out and being a guest today. Initiate the action and go ahead first. Thank you all for coming, visiting us here again at Bronson's Ambitions. As you can see with this episode, it's all about initiating the action. Like I said, you don't know all of the obstacles that you're going to overcome. You don't know what can happen from just initiating the action. Again, like Mr. Rivers came out and explained his situation and how he's able to move forward, and he's going to initiate his action. Again, I want you all to go to the Bronson's Ambitions website, go to services, check out the shop tab as well, and please support bronsonsambitions.com. Please go on to YouTube, Bronson's Ambitions, like, share, and join the movement and move forward with the No Cap edition. I thank you again, and you all have a blessed day. Thank you.
I'm David Rivers with Bronson's Ambition here on Unprocessed Media. Go ahead first.
Go ahead first.